Okay, so I want to talk about Bitcoin and I want to talk about Mara stock because Bitcoin is going into a very important support area that I want to use as a buying opportunity, which is this red one, right? So I will talk about this more in a moment. Let's talk about Mara stock because tomorrow the US markets open and I want to make sure I give my opinions on Mara very clearly off the bat on this video. So remember, everything I say in this video is just my own personal opinion. It is not me telling you guys what to do, but instead, please do your own due diligence and your own research. But right now, on the Binance BTC USDT perpetual futures, there is a lot of liquidation potentially building up in the high 112K area. Now, this is very important because it's going to make sense in my Bitcoin analysis in a moment. And it can also give us a very clear view on what we can be expecting when it comes to, you know, Mara. So right now, right, we know that any small weakness in Bitcoin amplifies in Mara stock. I've said this many times before. So right now, what we're looking at is an uptrend that is still alive within Mara stock because this uptrend, at least in my opinion, is not invalidated until we break below this line. 1345 is the price. Now, we've been using red as an accumulation opportunity and both value gaps and extension areas as another opportunity to take profit on those accumulations. What we have right now is an accumulation area where we went straight up quite quickly into this value gap. Nice take profit short term opportunity. Now, for the price to go higher and reach this extension area, this is where it gets very interesting, right? And this is where we really have to focus on position sizing and our risk management because short term, I'm expecting Mara to come down regardless of what Bitcoin does. Regardless of what Bitcoin does, which I'm going to get into in a moment, I expect Mara stock to come down. It is not completely correlated, but any weakness does amplify, at least from my own experience. So right now, I'm waiting for the price to come down within this purple and red support area. So the purple is a simple, uh, you know, retracement from the low to this high, and it creates this zone. I really like to focus on these retracement areas for a potential higher low opportunity. Now the red is just from the high down to this micro swing low up to the micro swing high. We have this area showing that there is enough momentum to potentially push the price into this area before we find support. Now, I'm not expecting support to hold perfectly within the red. I do expect this purple area to get filled, so I expect the price to briefly break $17 into the low or into the 16s um, quite quickly. And on top of that, well, this is where position sizing is important because we don't have to go up into this area. As of right now, the structure shows that there is some momentum. I mean, we have this price breaking back above the support area into short-term resistance. So as of right now, it does make sense to just, you know, at least look forward to the price holding a higher low and going up higher after factors in the rally. Now, this rally will be factored in properly if the price can come down to around that 17 price level area. It can break below 17, but this is a very important area to keep an eye on. That's where the 0.5 retracement is at 1691. Now, and then from here, higher prices. But here's the thing though, we have a strong support area down here in the high 14s. So above 1450, we have nice support. We can easily see the price completely cancel out as easily as all this money flew into Mara stock. We can easily see it come out. Now, it all fully depends on what Bitcoin does. So that's why position sizing is very important. So again, real quick though, this is taking a minute to load. Let me see if I can go back to, okay. So regardless of what Bitcoin does, I expect it to come down lower. So short term, I'm bearish, potential accumulation for higher prices, or at least accumulation. And let's just say the price comes down to roughly 1650. There's a potential opportunity to reduce risk, and because the price doesn't have to go higher, but we still have some, we still have strong trade opportunities here. It can come down, find support, go up into this estimated resistance area. From here, we can lock in some profit in the short term before the price goes up higher. If it doesn't, cool, we locked in some profit, which will reduce the position size. So when we come down lower, we can have a better opportunity to accumulate here. So it's an accumulation, short term take profit because the price has to have that corrective rally to, you know, keep it, just factor in this move down. So from there, it's simple. It's we load up for short term take profit opportunity around 18. So high 17s ideally, so 1790 to reduce our position sizing, lock in some profit, conserve capital in case the price does come down lower. And it'll be another really good opportunity if we can come down into the support area. But as of right now, that's what it's looking like. So that's if Bitcoin holds this higher low. If Bitcoin holds this higher low right here and does not come into this overall retracement, what we're looking at is just the price is going to max out this this blue area, most likely hit the 120k line. So there's quite a bit of liquidation walls at 112k roughly. So 112k is a really important area to just keep an eye on because there could be potential support there. The liquidation wall shows that there's really nothing stopping, at least on the monthly, that Bitcoin can easily come down to around 112. There's nothing really stopping it. There's nothing forcing a support at the moment. And if we look at the closer picture, we're not breaking any micro resistances. So this top could be factored in, and we can just be looking for a simple retracement to hold a higher low and go up higher. Now, as of right now, it's more probable that we will hold a higher low, but position sizing is very important. If we come down into this red area, I will open a IBIT position to gain some short-term exposure in case the price does find a higher low and we go up higher. Now, just because we extended the blue area, this original resistance area at 118k, we maxed it out. So finding a higher low is much more likely, and it's also overlapping nicely with some value gaps we have right here. So I'm looking, personally, this is what I'm doing. I'm looking for the price. I'm giving it time. We still have tomorrow's trading session to see if it wants to push the price lower. But if we go down into the red, so breaking below 114.2k, I'll be accumulating IBIT. If we hold a higher low and we go up higher, great. I have that short-term exposure. I can start locking in profits for that new trade if I get the buying opportunity around 120 to 124k. That's where I'm looking at for some short-term profit taking. Now, if this doesn't hold, great. I had IBIT less aggressive than, for example, BitU. If we do end up coming into this purple area, as of right now, it's not as likely as us holding just a higher low. But if we do come down into this area, I'm looking for some BitU exposure, because any break below 107k, I don't expect it to be lived for very long. I expect it to be a very short-lived dip into purple, quick accumulation with some leverage ETFs like BitU, because we can easily see a quick V-shaped recovery from here. So that's if that happens. As of right now, I don't believe it's going to happen, but I still want to focus on my risk, on my position sizing, just accumulating IBIT within this area. If the price pushes up higher, I'll be looking at accumulating IBIT if it breaks over the swing high at 118k. So I'm buying if we break over this. If we break over this, chances are we're just going to close out the gap and break over 20k or 120k very easily. But it makes more sense to let the price retrace into this simple retracement in red from the low to the high. There can be a lot of strong support here, also backed up by the liquidation heat walls. Now, if you want a third level of confidence, if we just take the move, so if you take the high down to this smaller picture swing low up to this shallow resistance, which shows, there could be a strong bearish momentum leading up early this week. It would also reflect still September, September wanting to close out sort of at least flat, right? Because it's supposed to be technically a weak month. So this can allow the price to come down, hang out here for a little bit until we go into October, or at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. If we break over the swing high, there's momentum. I want to capture the gap from the swing high to 120 to 124k. Lower prices ideal, makes more sense. Liquidation heat walls are showing 112k roughly being a very important area. The extension overlaps very, very nicely with 112.5k. So breaking the 0.5 briefly. So what I'm looking for is, again, there's no reason for me to jump into longs early when we still have a nice gap to fill to come down into this area. So that's right now what I'm focused on. I'm gonna let the price do its thing. I'm in. If we break swing high, we it will just prove bullish momentum to max out this area, break 120k before a reasonable correction. But again, primary focus is the opportunity for a higher low to form within this zone, and then that can allow us to go up higher. And then if I want to be more aggressive with it, of course, IBIT, less aggressive. We go into purple, short-term devalue, BitU. I'll keep you guys updated. Hopefully you enjoyed, and take care.